So there we go. So we better introduce ourselves. So, Susie Webb.
Hello, I'm Susie Webb. Hi everyone.
Hello, I'm Spike Edney, leader of the SAS Band.
Hello, my name's Derek and I'm a fish.
You are indeed a fish, and I'm Tom Robinson, holding the camera. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's just a phone, isn't it?
You're the Martin Scorsese of the group, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Spike, your career has blown my mind. Is it true you were originally a trombonist with Dex's Midnight Runners?
Yes, I was. I came into Dex's Midnight Runners just after they released Come On Eileen, because the original trombonist, Jim Patterson, had some medical issues at the time, and Come On Eileen turned into a global smash, and all of a sudden Dexys suddenly had offers of tours, and it all went crazy and they needed somebody, and I got recommended, me on trombone and Andy Hamilton on sax. But we were busking in a nightclub in the West End playing Fly Me to the Moon and The Girl from Ipanema. I was playing piano on that. And Kevin Rowlands came in and saw us, and he had some warped sense of what he wanted for Dexys, and we fitted the bill apparently. So
Was that your first sort of name band engagement?
no. When I moved to London, having spent many years on the South Coast, was driving around just trying to, how does one get into studio work? I mean, really knocking on the door at the age of 27, 28, trying to start. And
As a trombone player?
As a trombone, well...
No, that's optimistic.
Well, yeah, really. Yeah, they say, what do trombone players normally say on their regular gig? Do you want fries with that? You know, I mean, so... And a mate of mine was a T-boy in a studio called Good Earth Studios, which was owned by one Tony Visconti. Tony Visconti, infamous for, famous for David Bowie and T-Rex, and was at the height of his creative fame at that time. And they said, they're looking for a cheap horns section. Do you want to come and do something for $2 bob? We said, of course we do. So we turned up, and it was a session for the Boomtown Rats, who released an album called 5 Deep with a track called House on Fire, which was a reggae track. And lo and behold, it went into the charts, and we found ourselves on top of the pops within 2 weeks, going from complete obscurity to being on top of the pops. And then word got out that we were cheap, and I get a call from a band called Duran Duran. What a stupid name is that? Duran Duran. Well, they won't last. So we went and played on their very first single called Planet Earth.
Just drop a few more names for us now, because you're playing Portsmouth tonight, hosting this extravaganza, this mad thing called Spike's SAS Band that we're all part of.
Right.
And it's like one of those old Motown reviews where you get multiple artists come on one after the other with an absolute shit hot house band in the background.
That's a very apt way of describing it. I might quote you on that. I'd already had some experience working with soul legends like Benny King. Oh, it's Paul McCartney calling again. I'm not available. And Edwin Starr. And the idea of working with a variety of artists really appealed to me. Then through a complete fluke, I started working with Queen in 1984. That again is a very long and convoluted story. And at the end of, once Freddie stopped touring, Brian May started touring as a solo band, and it was me, Cozy Powell, Jamie Moses, Susie and Zoe, the Fabber Girls, and we finished a world tour, and Gospel Council were having a little mini festival down there, and they said, oh, you're a local boy, you lived here, will you come down and bring some friends and play? Well, I thought, I don't just want to do a Born to Be Wild blues jam fest. So I called up Cozy Powell, Neil Murray, Jamie, and we called other friends, Tony Hadley, Kiki D, Paul Young, and did an impromptu show which consisted of their biggest hits and their favourite Queen song and their favourite Motown song. So we had this rock and soul combination. And we said, oh, we'll do some more of this. And the next thing we did was a TV special for VH1 where we did a festival, a studio festival in one day, and which is where we met you, because they recommended that you come and join us.
Yep.
You.
So there we go. Lucky me.
And we met Graham Gouldman of 10cc and Roy Wood, Southside Johnny,
Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan, of course, who just walked on and sang "Tell Me Something Good," and that's still available to see. It's magical, that performance with Jamie doing the voice box guitar. It was great. And then we suddenly thought, well, this is too good to stop. So here we are, sort of like X number of years later, and still working with our very good friends and still having fun.
And there's Mr. Fish over there. How the devil are you?
I'm lovely. I'm absolutely lovely.
You're lovely. So, how did you encounter this reprobate here?
I met Spikey in a transvestite bar in Berlin.
Uh-huh.
He was playing trombone.
Naked.
Actually, I was playing push pedal harmonium, I believe.
No, I met Spikey when Marillion were out supporting Queen.
86.
And I'd known some of the Queen guys from before, and we kind of meshed up. And then when I went solo, Spike put a call and said, "Do you want to come along with us a couple of numbers?" And I came along, and it was great fun. You know, I'd never had a chance to, you know, when I was in Marillion, we didn't do covers and didn't do any sort of stuff. And then suddenly Spike said, "Do you want to sing these numbers?" And suddenly I had a chance to put with a horn section, which we couldn't afford, you know. And then backing vocalists and things. It was like wonderful. And then I was singing all these songs that I always wanted to sing. Were a brilliant band, and it was great fun. And I love the storybox idea. It's exactly what Spike was just doing just now. It's like every time we meet up, there's another kind of corner opened up of stories that you go, I never realised that. So there's like last time you with the trombone thing. What? Right? And I had great fun. And this is the first time I've been back with the band for quite a while because I've been so tied up with my own touring and things, and it's just wonderful. It's a drain. I mean, it's tiring because as Spike pointed out, the set lists, I mean, you know, you think you're just going to be up there doing a couple of songs and the band's only going to be up there for an hour and a half, and then it suddenly turns in longer than a Bruce Springsteen set.
In a good way, we hope.
7 hours.
So, Susie,
Yes, hello.
you were one half of the Fabber Girls.
I fell into that because someone said that Bjorn Again, this band that I didn't really know about, were looking for a new girl. So through one thing and another, everyone's pointed at me saying, "Susie will do it. She can put on a funny Swedish accent, speaking about the meatballs too." So anyway, I went and did that for a couple of years, and then I left and formed the Fabber Girls. And but mainly most of my work has been doing songwriting and doing a lot of backing vocals for lots of different artists, especially with these guys. So Queen is one of them. Brian May, we went on tour, big world tour. I did the Who, Quadrophenia, so I did Hyde Park, and then we went to Madison Square Gardens with Billy Idol and various people, and that was amazing.
But you get called in to do backing vocals in the studio
Yeah.
for all kinds of people too,
Yeah.
don't you?
Scorpions,
The Scorpions in Germany, Lionel Richie, we've done bits and pieces for Phil Collins. I did Rock Gala, a lot of Albert Hall things where there's lots of different artists, and even Pavarotti. We sang with Queen and Pavarotti in Italy and Modena, which was quite something.
Amazing.
Yes.
You and Zoe sort of.
Well, we have worked for many years together, and it's a team effort. And you know, one of us tends to take the higher harmony, one of us takes the lower. We can look at each other without saying anything, and know we'll jump up a harmony. And we're also like an instrument. We don't go off wailing all over the place. We can do it, but we try and stick together as an instrument. And also we dance together as well.
Dancing?
I've just seen our friend over there. It's Toyah.
Oh my goodness, it's Toyah Wilcox!
Yeah. How are you?
Did you have a good time at our warm-up show last night?
I absolutely adored it. I thought the audience were fantastic. I couldn't believe how the whole band was standing as if they were in a monsoon. The heat in the building, that everyone came off completely dripping wet. But it was great. The songs were great.
Yeah.
You were great.
I got a great review of you as well. This
Okay.
morning. My friend was in a gig last night. He said that Toyah was my favourite.
Oh, everybody has a favourite. It's not a competition.
I think what was exceptional is that all of us got to do music we don't normally do. So to hear you, Mr. Tom Robinson, do Leonard Cohen is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
Brilliant.
we I predict a riot, I think probably for me was the highlight of the evening, because the audience decided at that point they wanted a riot.
Yeah.
Pensioners rioting.
They had a riot.
In Sturmiston, Newton.
Everyone
we have to specify here that a great many of the audience were the same age as us.
Yes. Yeah.
21.
You know.
Speak for yourself.
21. Whose joke is that? 21. I've got hemorrhoids older than that. Yeah. So, not my gag. I think it's from a movie. But what was good about last night? And you say the audience was of a genteel, perhaps, disposition. But God, they kicked in, didn't they? I mean,
they were.
when it started off, I thought, well, we'll have to be gentle with them because we don't want to scare them all off. They wanted to be scared, and they wanted to get up, and I'm going to change the name from Sturmiston Newton to Rockminster Party Town, because they had such a great time, and we did too, you know. So anyway, if you're in the area of Portsmouth tonight, you're going to see these wonderful people, and also the fabulous Tony Hadley, who has managed to escape from Florida to get back. I think he was close by, but anyway, he's on a plane heading towards us now, so he'll be performing tonight, and it's our only public show for this year, apart from the warm-up last night, so come and see something special. Last night was fabulous, tonight's going to be...
I mean, for goodness sake,
even
where
better.
are you going to see Toyah Wilcox, Fish, Tony Hadley,
Tom Robinson, the Fabbergirls.
the Fabbergirls live on stage with Queen's keyboard player and... what,
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Absolutely.
It's a complete party mayhem at the Guildhall in
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth tonight.
Yeah.
So spread the word, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for the lovely little love bubbles that you've been sending up.
Oh, is that our new name? The Love Bubbles.
Love bubble.
So,
Spike's Love Bubbles.
say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Goodbye.